we are looking at some playing cards. 2 jacks, 2 queens, and a joker. It's a pretty good hand, but then again, we don't know what game we're playing. The camera starts to move up over the cards, and we see a pile in the middle of the table. Some USB stick looking credit chips, some bottle caps, a pocket watch, a ring or two, some spoons, and are those teeth? Did someone bet teeth? Yeah, I think there's some teeth in the pile too. Before we can see the faces of the people playing cards, the camera lifts up past their heads, and we find ourselves in a large warehouse. There are a few hover cars and hover bikes in here. A large hover truck is currently being loaded with big wooden crates. We see a few burly individuals lifting and shifting boxes, and some others holding guns or leaning on pillars and walls, sort of keeping guard. Oh, one other thing. Everyone here, and I mean everyone, no matter what they're doing, playing cards, lifting boxes, standing guard, they're all tossing something with one of their hands. A small metal disc they toss, which returns by magnetism to a ring on that same hand. A magnetic yo-yo. These are all yo-yo boys, and this is one of the secret yo-yo boy gang supply warehouses. One interesting thing to note, not all of them are boys. Plenty of girls, as well as everything else along the gender spectrum. Seems like everyone here is in their mid-20s to mid-30s. Nothing much younger or much older. Nearly everyone here is wearing some sort of greaser tough guy outfit. Leather or denim jackets, greased up hair, heavy boots or shoes, jeans or leather pants, and most of them have some sort of aggressive emo gloves with spikes or patches. The camera circles back to look at the table. There are 3 people currently playing cards. One of them, a scrawny, nervous-looking man wearing a jean jacket and leather pants. His face almost looks like a rat as he anxiously looks around the table and struggles to catch his yo-yo with every toss. Another person here at the table is a beautiful man. A truly beautiful man with long, greased white hair, perfectly kempt and tailored leather jacket, and designer shoes propped up on the table, revealing Argyle socks leading to his immaculate ash gray jeans. The other person at the table is, well, Lastiel, why don't you give us a little bit of an introduction to your character?
Whoa.
Just give us a little bit of a physical description. What's your character's name? What do you look like? You're currently playing cards with two gentlemen that you know. Scrawny little guy named Plank, and the big beautiful man named Johansson.
So, his name is Royce, but everyone in the gang calls him Shades. And if you look at him in his face, you immediately know why they call him Shades. He's wearing what looks like very cybernetic glasses. Upon further inspection, you can tell that they're probably supplementing his sight. It looks like a hackjack, a customized hackjack, just installed or fitted for his frame and face. He's wearing pretty standard street fare, a hoodie, some roughed up jeans, mohawk, but other than that, he's pretty average. Nothing too magnificent about him.
Perfect. Awesome. And you guys are playing whatever card game it is. I don't think it's a card game that we would recognize. Jokers aren't usually in the deck, but Yo-Yo Boys have their own card games. And as you guys are playing, you hear a voice call from one of the office spaces along the far wall of the warehouse. Hey, Shades! How long ago did we send Carl and Carl out for the delivery? Wasn't it like 3 hours ago or something?
You daft, it was about a bloody week ago.
It was a week?
Yeah,
Holy-
a week. A
holy
week and
shit.
change.
Well, hot damn. They definitely should have been back by now. I'm thinking, why don't you go look for them? You got a delivery coming up, right, Shades?
I get the vehicles. I don't make the deliveries. Since when was I on delivery detail?
Hey, you're the only one here that can drive, Shades. You're on the delivery detail tonight.
Oh, fuck me. Oh, God.
I'm thinking, Shades, I'm going to need you to look for them when you're heading out of town. You're going to drive by the square, right? I'm sending you to Quinton.
That shit show. Okay. How much am I getting paid at the very least?
Tell you what. I know we're supposed to get Carl and Carl out here to do the delivery, so for the inconvenience, we'll give you, say, 5,000.
5.5.
Oh, come on now, Shades. 5's pretty fair.
Because I love you, I'll do it for 5.
All right, sounds good. And the voice travels out of the office as the man attached to it starts approaching the table. They step out of the office, and a greasy-looking West Side Story tough guy with black leather jacket, black leather pants, spike-toed shoes, fingerless gloves, thick black hair pushed back with a generous helping of oil, and shiny cybernetic metal plating like Kano on the side of his face. Ma, the leader of the Yo-Yo Boys, lights up a ragged cigarette. And he looks at you again, Shades. And he says, "Yo, Shades, why don't you take that, the whatever it was, what was that thing you bumped last week?
The Mustang?
Yeah, look kind of like a Mustang, one of those like old school Mustangs."
Yeah, the retrofitted deal.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Ah, shit. I think Carl and Carl took that, didn't they? Just check out back. Did they take it?
It's gone. I don't see it anywhere.
Ah, shit. All right. Yeah, I think Carl and Carl took that one for their job. That's whatever, the CR-15 or whatever the fuck it was. I don't remember. Okay, tell you what. When you head out, why don't you just take one of my other rides? You take the XV. You want to take the XV?
You sure? I don't want to mess up your ride. I mean, I'd much rather mess up one of my rides than yours.
Why don't you know what? Since you moved on the 5.5, I'll let you take the XV out. Have a little bit of fun. Open it up on the desert.
If it gets dented, it ain't my fault.
I've seen you drive more than once, Shades. You ain't gonna dent it.
I'm not worried about me.
That's fair. All right. I won't hold you accountable, but I tell you what, you're gonna need some muscle. You're plenty of strong. Now, you know what? You're kind of a wimp, Shades. I'm not gonna lie. You're kind of a wimp.
Hey, no offense taken. I know what I am.
Let's see. And Ma kind of looks over to the boxes that are being loaded up on the truck. To one of the enormous barbarian-esque women currently loading the truck, and he points to that woman. He says, "Hey, Valk, put down the box. No, put it in the truck. Valk, put it in the truck. You're with Shades." And Valk, why don't you give us a quick little description of your character?
Well, Valk, you see her as she is shot putting a box into the truck to go with the rest before she heads over. She's very tall, definitely over 6 feet. Just altogether strong. She's got big, wide shoulders, like a really strong jawline, very square as a person in general. She's got hair cropped close to the sides, a little longer on top, and it's dyed in all these kind of blues and purples with this kind of cosmic effect. She's a very hard-looking lady. Seems like she's more suited to cutting lumber than yo-yo tricks, which she's also currently doing as she heads on over. It seems like a delicate thing for this big hulking lady.
That is perfect. And why don't you just see how well you're yo-yoing while you're stacking these boxes? Roll me plus yo-yo.
Okay. What and how are we determining our modifier for yo-yo?
That was the 1 to 3 was -1,
yes.
4 to 6 was 0, 7 to 9 was +1, and a perfect 10 gave you +2.
Thank you.
Holy fuck!
snap.
So it's like you see this mountain of a woman just literally like was kind of carrying the box a little bit delicately and then just puts the box with one hand into the back of the truck, and it lands perfectly, and all the while is doing like a walk the dog that goes into a round the world kind of yo-yo trick with her yo-yo. All right, Valk, you're gonna head out with Shades. Make sure you don't get beat up. Sometimes the tougher clientele can push him around a bit, so you make sure he doesn't get pushed around.
Hey Ma, hey Shades. Yeah, that's no problem. I can go.
All right, perfect. Let's see. All right, you know what? Neither of you got a lick of brains about you, and we're gonna need someone who knows. I'm just saying, Val, one time you locked a man in one of the boxes. All right, you locked one of the yo-yo boys in a box. So
Yeah, it was
He
me.
had to learn. Well, Shades, you had to learn that time.
I was napping.
Come on.
Exactly, on the job.
All right, that's good. All right, Shade, sounds like maybe you deserved that one.
All right. I'll admit to that one. Okay.
All right, so I'm thinking you maybe need someone who's gonna supervise the putting people in boxes situation should it arise. Hey, Slag, you here? Slag, where the hell are you? Slag, get your ass out here.
Yo, what's up?
And I think Slag was currently, supervising-ish the situation. And Slag, why don't you give us a bit of a description of what Slag looks like? Slagathor.
Hey yos. Nothing too bigs. Not quite 6, not as big as old Thunder Thighs over here. Got some beefs. Got a little fat on the beefs. But I don't know, big lady, not as big as that lady. More of a guns and guns, if you know what I mean.
Perfect. And so you're kind of watching over people. Do you have your guns out? Like, do you like supervise friendly yo-yo missions with guns out?
But I guess if there's not going to be trouble, probably not.
Okay. All right, Slag, I'm gonna need you to make sure these couple idiots don't get into too much trouble, okay?
Yeah, sure things, boss. Whatever you needs.
All right. All right. Let's see. The XV can take 4, so I'm gonna need one more with you. All right. You know what? Everyone, juice it. And you know that when he says juice it, he means do a sick ass yo-yo trick. And I'm gonna need everyone to roll plus yo-yo.
Oh shit.
All right. So I think oh, that's perfect. I think Valk, you start doing like a cat's cradle kind of thing, and it kind of almost slips a little bit, and you got to end the trek just a little bit early. Slag, like you toss it down to do a yo-yo trick, and it just like buries itself in the ground a little bit, and it doesn't even come back. And Royce, Shades, you kind of try to match Valk's cat's cradle, and when she kind of drops it a bit, you're like, yeah, but then you also kind of drop it, and it doesn't come off quite as smooth. And everyone in the whole area is doing cool ass tricks. Some people are doing around the world. Some people are doing like behind the back, through the legs stuff. You can do some pretty cool shit because there's no actual tether. It's just magnetism. And the whole warehouse is full of the whizzing and whirring of these yo-yos flying around. And as more and more of you finish your tricks, the room grows quieter and quieter until the room is absolutely silent, except for the sound of one yo-yo still going and still going. And it should have returned to its hand by now, but it's still going. And you all look in the direction of the sound, and you see a man illuminated by the moonlight that is creeping in through a hole in the roof, almost like a lunar spotlight. You see a man doing the most insane series of yo-yo tricks you ever could have imagined. The yo-yo is just flying up and around. It's doing walking the dog and trebuchet, cat's cradle, alley-oop around the world, and it's still going. Around behind the back, through the legs, doing everything, and it just will not stop spinning. It's the single most impressive yo-yo trick you've ever seen. And when the trick finally ends, and it seems to only do so because the man chose to stop the trick rather than the magnetic pull overcoming the momentum, Moss speaks up. Well, damn, Duncan, I didn't know you were here. These guys need a real yo-yo master. You take the 4th spot, eh?
You'd hear Duncan go.
Why don't you give us a little description of Duncan?
So Duncan is a massive 6'7" pile of muscle. You're really not sure where his jaw starts and his shoulders end. It's just there's no neck at all. He's wearing a leather jacket to try to fit in, but he couldn't find one that fits, so he just cut the arms off, and he's just wearing one as best as he probably about 4 sizes too small.
All right. All right, Duncan. You're taking the 4th spot. Sound good?
Boss, I don't think we got room.
Okay.
You can make the XV's pretty big. Come on, you got room. Duncan, you could squeeze in, right?
I can hold on the back.
All right. I mean, that's a little weird, but I mean, hey, if tell you what, if it comes to that, you can hold on. Don't dent the bumper though. It's real important that you don't dent this thing, okay? This is my prized possession.
Duncan was just very serious face and nodded.
All right. All right, boys. This one's heading over to Steve Sports' Nash Club over in Quinton. It's a couple towns over you, but the XV will get you there pretty quick. But on your way out of town, I'm gonna need you boys to stop and check up on Carl and Carl. They were supposed to be doing a delivery at the square.
All right, sounds good. And Shades kind of goes up to Maz and is like, whispers and is like, wasn't me. I was worried about points to Duncan's like and winks.
Yeah. Yeah, he suggested just grabbing onto the bumper. I don't know. You know what? Well, it's on me if it gets it. Nah, you know what? It's on Duncan if it gets scratched.
All right. Was there anything else you needed us to get? You know, milk, bread, you know.
Yeah, some milk and some bread would be great. Maybe, you know what? Get some milk and some flour and we'll make our own bread. How's that sound?
Why did I think of that? All right.
We want to make some nice fresh bread when you guys get back.
Hey, could you juice it and see who has to bake it?
Oh, yeah. All right. You guys juice it? Let's see who's making the bread when you get back.
Roll plus bread. Modified for
What the fuck, you guys? So I think fucking Royce, Valk, and Slag all try to do the exact same trick. I think you guys try to do like a figure 8 around the legs kind of thing, and it almost completes, but then you all bang like your left kneecap with it, and it doesn't totally work. And then kind of, I think Duncan starts doing another one of those crazy ass tricks and tries to do like a behind the back thing to start with. And as you guys all ding your leg with your yo-yo, you just hear like a ping off in the distance as Duncan just whipped his yo-yo so hard backwards that it just hit the back wall.
Oh no.
And we have our baker.
Hey Duncan, can you bake?
No.
All right, well, sounds like we're getting some real bad bread when you guys get back.
All right, boss. All right.
All right, last thing, yeah, you're gonna want to take this. And Shade, since you're closest, he kind of puts a bag, maybe maybe a little bit bigger than fist size, maybe 2 fist sized bag. He puts into your hands, and as you're about to take it away, he doesn't let go, and he says, "Don't forget, whatever you do, you don't get caught with this. This shit's expensive as hell, but I'd rather you all eat it than get caught with it, all right? This could be real bad for us if you guys get caught with this shit."
I'll stick it in the compartment in the XV.
All right,
Worst case scenario, we can have Duncan eat.
All right, yeah, you make sure Duncan eats it. I don't want this being linked to any of us, okay? You make Duncan eat it, and then, well, that should pretty much take care of it. He'll eat just about anything.
I'm pretty sure Duncan would be nodding along the whole time.
All right. And I think, he just hands you the bag. He's like, all right, guys. So when you're heading kind of, east out of town, you just kind of keep going, and you keep going, and you keep going for like an hour and just get past all the towns. Don't stop in like fucking Steel City. I know you guys like to go there and do the gambling, but you lose all your damn money. Those guys are cheaters. All right, you don't stop in Steel City on your way to Quinton. I'm giving you an hour there, an hour back, maybe half an hour to deal with Steve Sports. So if you're not back in 2.5, it's gonna be trouble.
Well, if you need us, we got the hack jack, but I'll make an effort to make sure that we just keep going.
All right. So you just head out of town. On your way out of town, stop at the square. It's the burger joint on the way out of town. You guys have been there. Don't rough up the staff, okay? Just check for Carl, okay?
Yep. Call, milk, bread, flour, beer. Got it.
Yep. Wait, I didn't say beer.
Liquid bread.
Okay, sounds good. I'm on board with that. Okay. And you've got the spice, and you guys are a little team ready to go.
Shotgun.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nah, I got one right here. What you need?
No, I have that as the ancient earth ritual of seat choosing.
Oh, you just don't need a shotgun?
No, I got one. I got this one, and I brandish my sawed-off shotgun dangerously.
Whoa, hey, Val, why not be careful with that thing?
Marius, this is my shotgun. You asked.
All right, maybe we don't shoot everybody in the warehouse, okay?
Again.
Again. Oh my God, there was so much blood to clean up last time. I had to change the seats on the fucking XV.
There really was a lot of blood. That's true.
Just see Shades like look under the seat to make sure all the blood's gone. It's like, okay, all right. I'm going to start the car. If anyone would like to join me, I'll be here. And then you hear like the engine start up.
Yeah, so there's a couple cars parked out back, and the XV stands out like a sore thumb. This thing is sleek, like Final Fantasy 15 sleek. Black convertible with rectangular slits covering the headlights, punched in oval grille, smooth lines that lead to modest fins at the back. And the hover pads near where you would expect wheels to be are crisp black octagons with cool blue glowing hover coils. And do the rest of you get into the car?
I Duncan just walks right up to it and just plops on
the what?
on the back.
Okay, good.
Joe's trunk.
You actually see like the XV like trying to compensate for the stone.
Yeah.
It's like bouncing.
You're not quite sure it's gonna hold up.
Slag gets in the trunk.
Oh no! I need the trunk open.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh,
Yeah, Slag's got like a little duffel bag with her.
oh, Duncan would very reluctantly step aside.
Yeah, I pop the trunk and sort of like look around and just drop this one small duffel bag in, then close the trunk.
And then Royce is gonna open up like the Heidi compartment, like the smuggling compartment, and
Yeah.
put the 2 bags in.
Smart. It's one bag. It's just 2 fists big.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
The 1 bag.
And you turn it on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's got a real nice kind of nothing has that combustion engine turn on, right? It's all like electromagnetic shit, so it turns on and it's just got this like aggressive hum that turns into a smooth purr. And this thing lifts up a little bit higher off the ground, and you start to pull out of the parking spot. And Ma kind of like sticks his head out the back door and says, "Hey guys, remember to park in the back of the square when you get there. Business parks in the back always."
Got it, boss.
Bye, Ma.
Bye, Valk. So you guys have been to the square a couple times. It is a local food joint. Most of you have probably even eaten there before. It's got cheap burgers, watered down soda, and a gruff staff. It's at the edge of town, so it's usually serving people who are coming and going, not many regulars. It's people who are going in and out of the town. And so I guess Shades is driving, right?
Yep.
All right. So now I gotta ask, how fast are you going?
Since we're smuggling, more or less,
Yeah.
we don't want to draw attention to the law. So if there's a speed limit, I'd say he'd be just under it.
Just so you know, this car has got some real serious get up and go. Like when you touch the gas pedal, this thing surges like a tide.
Oh God.
So
I guess he like taps on the accelerator. He's like, "Oh, whoa, baby, whoa."
Yeah. Even with fucking Valk, Slag, and Duncan, it doesn't even care. You touch the gas and it's like, and it just fucking moves. Do you still resist the temptation to go fast, or just letting you know that this thing is fun to drive?
Oh
Man, God, you fucking punch it, nerd.
Yeah. So he kind of like looks back and is like, "Duncan."
Duncan would just grab onto the back of the chairs or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's literally all Shades has to say is Duncan, and he like knows, and then you just see this thing like just boom, just
Yeah.
like, oh yeah.
This thing fucking goes. It just like the front lifts up just a little bit. It's really well tuned, so it doesn't like wheelie or anything, but it goes so fast, so quick, and there is a lot of weight in the back. The front does lift up a little bit as this thing just fucking rockets. And unfortunately, and I don't want you to think that I railroaded you into this. I'm just saying it's a very fun car, okay? Just a very fun car. Who knew?
Hello.
As you guys just blast past a alleyway, you hear the whoop, and sure enough, a cop hover bike pulls out behind you, and like you were going way faster than they expected, so there's a big distance between the two of you to start with, but there is absolutely a cop hover bike with its lights on, trying to catch up to you.
Question about like the interior, the back seat.
Yeah.
Is there one of those situations where I can like go through the center seat to get to the trunk if I need to?
Oh, this thing is convertible. There's no roof.
Yeah,
you mean
like,
does the back seat literally lead? Yeah, sure. Yeah.
cool. Okay, I'll make sure I have that route available.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's pretty tough. No, actually, you got space. Yeah, no, that's no problem. Yeah, you can kind of fold one of the seats down pretty well, and it's open to you. And
In case I need to. The back's back there.
I think this is a good time to read a bad situation. I think Shade, since you're driving, I think it's time for you to read a bad situation.
All right.
And
Here.
I'm gonna open up my. Uh-oh. Okay. Read a bad situation is to roll plus sharp.
And I have a move called Drive, which says I have
That's
+1
right.
ongoing if I'm driving.
Exactly.
Nice.
So it's 2d6 plus 3.
Damn, this is gonna be a good roll.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Pretty fucking good roll. So you get to ask 3 questions.
All right. Let's see here. What's my best way out?
Yeah, so I would say your best way out is to just like lean on the accelerator. There's no way this thing can catch you.
All right. Are there any dangers I haven't noticed?
I will say yes. Up ahead, you can. The road kind of bends around, but now that you're looking, you can see some lights flashing off the walls of the buildings up ahead, and you gather that there is a road stop up
boy.
ahead.
What is the best way to protect, I guess, the party?
Yeah. I would say there's kind of either to just fucking cheese it and try to outrun the cops, risking more cops to be engaged, or to try to talk your way out of it, which stops you and takes away your best weapon or your best, a tool, but does not run the risk of more cops becoming involved. So one of those 2 ways is your best way out of this.
I'm a fucking yo-yo boy. I'm gonna overclock the hover path on this motherfucker and see how far it goes.
Holy shit. All right. Roll me to act under pressure.
Was that 2d6?
Oh, wait. First, before we do that, you got to roll to plus yo-yo while you're trying to assess the situation.
Oh no.
How well are you yo-yoing? Yeah, I think you still get your +1 ongoing because you're driving while yo-yoing, which makes you better at yo-yoing, apparently. Okay, yeah, it's pretty good. For a person driving, it's some pretty cool tricks. It's like some, bounce off the elbows, kind of around the neck kind of stuff, while driving pretty damn well. So now you got to roll to act under pressure. Oh yeah, you guys are on the mission now.
That's cool, right?
Yep.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
Oh shit. Oh, that music's a bit loud for the stream. All right. Holy fuck. Okay. Roll plus yo-yo to see as you fucking just gun it. How well are you able to maintain your yo-yoing? Pretty good. It's about the same, which is impressive because this thing fucking tears. Like you overclock the hover coils on this thing, and they punch small divots into the ground from the hover, and you just take the fuck off. And that 10 plus, you set out what you do what you set out to do, which was to lose the cops, right? It is off in the background. It is fucking a million miles behind you. You have successfully avoided the car, the hoverbike that was chasing you.
So as that burst of acceleration happens, you just hear Shades yell, "This is what I live for!"
All right. Oh, and all right, and then I guess you try to continue making your way to the square, right?
Oh yeah.
And now that you've escaped the police, what speed are you going now?
I imagine that they probably. Well, actually, is there a roll I can make to like kind of like they probably know what the car looks like now?
Yeah. That's written in the notes. This car is pretty fucking recognizable.
Okay. So I would imagine the faster we can stay ahead of them, the better. So I probably just keep going as quick as possible. So
Keep
we can
going as
get
quick
in,
as
get out.
possible. Yeah. I will say, as you start approaching the square from another street, you see those lights on the walls again, and you know there's another road stop. So I'm going to give. Is there a? I think actually this could be potentially like an investigate a mystery. Maybe not yet. I will just say you start to get the feeling that there's not a way to get to the square without going through a roadblock.
Roadblock by the law, right?
That's right. It seems like it's by the law.
Fuck, guys, we might need to change cars or find the long way around, but I don't think that's possible.
Do we want to just park this guy in an alley and walk, or can we
How?
not just call Carl?
Yeah. Actually, how far are we from town at this point, or the square?
You are probably so the roadblock is 2 blocks away from the square, and you're probably 2 more blocks away from the roadblock. So you're about 4 or 5 blocks away from the square.
Gotcha.
How busy is the area around it?
It's kind of evening at this point, so I would say it's not dead, but it's not necessarily busy. You're not fighting through traffic. It's a car every now and then, a truck every now and then, some of the late shift miners coming back in the big convoy hover trucks, the odd person heading to or from a bar. Not too busy, but definitely not dead.
I have an idea, but I don't think all of you are going to like it.
Lay it on us.
Slag pops up like between the 2 front seats with a fucking laser Glock. Hey, what's up?
Pretty sure Duncan's just having the time of his life still in the back.
Well, we could try to talk our way in. Chalk it up to a malfunction.
Oh yeah, that's true. There's a shop around here. We could say we were on the way.
I guess I asked the keeper, is there a shop in town?
Is there sorry, I was just changing Valk's volume because you're a little bit quiet, but I've changed you up.
Oh, sorry.
You want to know, is there a shop in town for which?
Hover car repair.
Oh shit. Yeah, absolutely. There's it's kind of late, so most of the respectable joints have shut down for the night because they shut down 5-6 p.m. and this is like 8 or 9. So there's a couple late night shops open, but they're maybe not the cleanest of places.
Okay. if we do this, I need you all to act like you are grateful that you are not a piece of or a pool of liquid on the side of the road. Like you are so grateful that that went so much better than what could have happened. Be surprised that that's what's happened. Try to help me sell this.
Oh yeah, I gotcha.
What? I mean, what are we? Are we just gonna park the car and fucking hoof it?
No. I need you to act like you were just scared to death. Can you do that? With your gun, with your finger on the trigger, of course, but I need you to act.
Oh, okay.
I would like to think Duncan just starts busting out crying.
Nice. Really gets into it.
Oh my god. Yes. Thank you. That. I need that. I need more
Damn,
of that.
Duncan.
Okay. So I imagine as we begin to close distance, I'm going to kind of sell the fact that I'm fighting the car to try to get it under control.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, sure.
So I'm gonna do a drive, maybe.
A which?
Well, I'm not sure what role it is.
I know, right? I'm thinking sure, why don't you I don't know, yeah, act under pressure? Holy fuck.
Holy.
Yep.
Wow.
To everyone, like some of you I think are actually convinced that Shades has lost control of the car and is now fighting to regain control. It is that fucking convincing.
And then as we like get up to the barricade, it's gonna be like normal speed and like us to eventually slow down to meet them.
Okay. You're going you are heading up to the police roadblock?
Yeah. And as we do that, like I'm going to tell whoever's in the back to give the bag of spice out of the smuggle area.
Yeah.
And give it to Duncan. So in case they want to search, we can leave the car and he can just eat it if he absolutely has to.
Gotcha.
You said it's like a duffel bag?
It's like 2 fists worth of a little satchel.
Okay.
Yeah. It would be a lot. It would be like the cinnamon challenge on steroids to try to eat this. It would be like taking handfuls of cinnamon and trying to get it down. So
Duncan would try to discreetly stuff them in his leather jacket.
yeah. All right, and you pull up to the roadblock?
Yeah. And just kind of like with a distraught look on my face and like shaking hands and just like, oh my god.
Yeah. All right. There's like one of those red and white striped dividers that they've propped up in the middle of the road, and it's just like hovering because it's the future, and that's cool. And there are 2 troopers there. One of them is kind of leaning up against the divider with their cowboy hat covering their face, and you can ever so softly hear snoring. And the other one is just a very average looking human person who kind of little bit Woody from Toy Story, kind of like tips their hat and gives their knee and boot a little bit of a jaunt as they start walking over to your car. A bit of a grin on their face, and you can see on their chest it says TRPR MO, and they come up and they say, well, howdy fellas, nice ride. pretty sure I've seen this one before, fellas.
have we seen them before? Like in our yo-yoings, have we dealt with these particular lawmen?
I will say Shades definitely has. The rest of you, I will let how much kind of outside work did you do? Were you mostly working on the interior jobs? Like were you on the inside of shit, or were you out there busting down doors, robbing people? Like how aggressive were you? So Valk, why don't we start with you? How out in the open were you when you were doing jobs?
I would have been the one like positioned on the outside.
Yeah.
Bouncer, like, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So then, yeah, you do recognize them. Slag, how about you?
Probably pretty front lines, but I don't know if we would be like just walking through town, like banging doors down. I don't know if that's how they operate. Totally.
But like, you know, you were exposed to dealings whenever the police got, you know, suspicious or involved. You were probably out there and being, you know, involved with
I've probably shot at cops before.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Then yeah, you would recognize them. And how about you, Duncan?
Oh, Duncan is a blunt object that was meant to be used. So
Yeah. Okay.
they definitely recognize him if
Yeah.
he doesn't recognize them.
I gotcha. If he doesn't have the IQ to recognize them, they definitely recognize Duncan. Okay, you guys all know him as this is Trooper Mo Hihiko. And you've definitely dealt with him a couple times. He knows you're up to no good, but he knows, you know, he can't put you away unless he catches you in the act, and the Yo-Yo Boys are generally pretty good. So he's onto your shit, but he's not about to you know, put you away for nothing.
So I guess my character actually just legitimate, or is trying to look as legitimately as possible. Like, this officer has probably never seen Shades like break down and cry.
Yeah.
So he's gonna break down and cry, and like just like I almost died. Oh my god. Oh my god.
All right, Shades, Royce, come on now, hold on, just good.
He's like getting closer, just like crying on his shoulders.
Hey, yeah, no, they're there. I know, Shades. I don't. What the hell is
Duncan
wrong
just
with you
starts
guys?
laughing, but then he remembers he's supposed to be crying, and then he starts crying.
He's like, fuck you, Duncan. Fuck you. You fuck right up. Oh my god.
Okay. I think this is going to be a manipulate someone to see if you can. You're trying to not necessarily make them do something other than, you know, believe that you are in distress, right?
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
like I'm hoping like the car approaching them like almost feels like, you know, trying to keep control of the car and stuff like that, like kind of helps out.
Yeah. So yeah, roll plus charm. Yeah, roll plus charm. Okay, now roll plus yo-yo, because you are like you will die before you stop yo-yoing. Okay, you know what? I think with a roll that good, so for 7 to 9, he'll believe it, but only if you do something right now to show that you mean it. I'm gonna count the car being, you know, kind of fucked up, like you really having that was the thing that they needed. Like he saw a sign of you being kind of fucked up with the car. And I think the trick, it looks like you drop the yo-yo and it just like spirals onto the ground to kind of help sell the lie. But you know, that's actually a pretty fucking good roll. So it's actually just like an elaborate trick where you're making it look like you dropped the yo-yo, but you're ready to pick it back up.
I'd say at this point he picks it back up and then tries to do the trick again, and then just breaks down and stops yo-yoing. Just stops.
Wow.
And just cries. just cries and curls up in the driver's seat.
I think the rest of you, like, that is you've seen yo-yo boys who've been told to put their hands up and stop yo-yoing, and they've been gunned down in the street before they stop yo-yoing. So to drop a yo-yo like that is the ultimate cardinal sin. And Trooper Mo, he recognizes how big of a deal that is too. And he says, whoa, you were going a little bit fast there. Oh my God. Royce, what the hell's going on? What the hell's going on? Where were you guys? What's going on with the car? This is Ma's car.
We retrofitted the hover system and they couldn't. Someone didn't do the cooling right. It overheated, it overclocked, and then we lost control, and I wasn't ready for it, and I know I'm good, but I'm not that good. And
all right, Royce, fucking get yourself together. You just take a minute. You big lady, the real big lady.
Oh, Trooper, my old friend, it's good to see your friendly face after such a terribly harrowing experience. I'm completely harrowed. Entirely.
Yes.
It's
All
awful.
right,
Did
yeah.
you see?
Howdy, Val.
Oh,
Didn't recognize you. All right. So you're saying you guys lost control of the car?
yeah, that's right. We're on our way to get it fixed up.
Where were you going?
The shop over on Elm.
Over on Elm. That's Oh, you guys are going to the Grumpy Rocket?
Yeah, the Grumpy Rocket. It's open and this is an emergency and we want to take it in.
Were you gonna tell Ma about that? You guys are gonna bring Ma's. You're gonna bring the XV to the. You guys to the.
We gotta make it work.
No, just. All right. You guys are gonna bring Ma's car to Grumpy Rocket. I got you. Yeah, no problem. All right. Yeah, sure. Holy shit. Duncan, Slag, what is this, like the fucking All-Stars party or what? What were you guys doing before you lost control of the car?
Driving.
Yeah. Just driving. No, Royce, you just collect yourself. Slag, what? No, I know. I'm gonna need you to stop whimpering though, because it makes me wanna arrest you. So,
okay.
Slag,
I don't want to stay hidden from the guy. Like, I would sort of hide behind Duncan a little bit.
Duncan
Once
just
I know who
refuses
it
to
is.
look directly at his face. He just pretends that he can't see him in his vision.
Now I'm gonna need you guys. All right, you can't go this way. All right, you're gonna need to go down 3 blocks, and then you're gonna need to take the left. You can't go this way. There's been a bit of an incident here. This whole area is kind of locked down, and then you hear like a boop boop, and his hack jack pops up, and he's like, "Oh yeah, there we go. All right, looks like one of the other troopers caught you guys losing control of your car. You guys mind if I check those hover coils, make sure they're actually all I don't want you guys driving around if it's unsafe."
Is he the only trooper like in the vicinity?
The other guy's sleeping.
I think I got it locked down, but yeah, the second pair of eyes getting hurt.
All right. I'll take a little look see here at the coils, make sure this thing's safe to drive. And
You know how temperamental these old models can be. One time they're good and the next they're not.
all right, Valk, that's great, but this is one of the newest models available, so I'm thinking,
Whoa.
nice try. Almost got me with that one, Valk, but no, I think I'll still take a look here. and he kind of like leans down near the front, and he's looking at the hover coils. And
I have a question.
Yeah.
If we cut the engine, does the car fall?
It doesn't hit the there's like 2 stages of off. So you can turn it off where it still maintains hover on like on an infinite power cycle, or you can shut it completely down and then it just drops to the ground.
Hey. I think I'll sort of like, as he's bending down, I'll sort of like lean up to Shades. Yo, Shades, isn't that coil majiggy like way under there, like down in the middle between the twos of them?
The newer models, yeah.
I'm gonna like, yeah, elbow him to be like,
Well,
yeah, Mo, it's way fucking under there, Chief. It's way under there.
you mean it's like way down, like down here? Damn, this is a nice unit here. And he starts to get way down under there.
So yeah, I'll just sort of like put my hand on whatever the ignition system is,
Yeah.
and sort of like give Shades the eyes. Be like, you gotta drop this bitch on him.
And then you see kind of like him, quote unquote, blink twice. And then you see him like shrug and then flips the switch.
And we're flipping the drop down a couple inches or the full off.
This is gonna be. I'm wondering if he's saying full off, or is this like to kind of sell like it malfunction?
I didn't specify, but I
Yeah, I
definitely
know.
wanted to murder him.
I'm going to, because we want to kind of. I feel that the goal is to get to the square, and this is going to draw more attention. That he's going to try to sell that it's malfunctioning.
Okay.
Because that's the story, and he's sticking with it. And right now, it's pretty strong.
All right. So you wanna drop it down like 8 inches or so.
Maybe not something to scare him,
Yeah.
but not like look like it's killing him.
Okay. Yeah. No. Okay. Sure. Yeah.
But also, the whole point is to see if it's safe. So I imagine if we do this,
Yeah.
he's not going to let us drive it into town.
Yeah.
So,
Be right back.
you know what? Because we need to keep the car. I feel like we need to keep the car. I think I keep my hand near it, but not necessarily on it. I think I'm just going to let him inspect it because we told I told essentially kind of the truth because we overclocked it
Yeah.
to get as fast as we did. So
Yeah.
he'll notice signs of that. So I think we're fine.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. No, you did say that you overclocked it. So, yeah, I think you hear him from underneath the car. Well, yeah, it looks like, oh, yeah, no, you did a number on this thing. I don't know. It doesn't look like there's much wear and tear. It looks like you just yeah, it looks like you heat it up pretty good, but I don't see much damage down there. You just, you overclocked something and it just kind of went crazy?
I don't know what happened. I honestly don't know.
All right, well, you guys want a tow down to the rocket?
I think if I keep it real slow, like, we'll be fine. But you got the number for the tow operator just in case?
Well, I was just gonna tow you myself. These standard issue law vehicles, they got some torque on them. I could pull you there myself if you want.
Yeah, but you're in the middle of an incident. I think that's more important than just a malfunctioning hover pad.
I could wake up Tony there. He could man the post while I tow you down there if you want.
You know what? Better safe than sorry. Why not?
All right, sounds good. I'll give you guys a tow. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to see what the rocket does to Ma's car. You know what I think of Ma. I'm a little bit excited to see them chop up his car.
Well, how far is the square from the shop? I'm not too familiar here. We got some errands to run. I promised I'd get beer.
Oh no, you guys can't go to the square. There's like a incident going on down there. Can't have anyone going in or out.
What happened? Can you say anything?
You know, I don't really know that much. There was some noise, some complaints. We think there might be a perpetrator somewhere around the premises, so we're just kind of locking it down, you know, no one in or out kind of thing. There's some people there, but you know, we're just making sure we got eyes on the situation.
Is there any way I can find out what the grumpy rocket is about? Like why he's like just laughing so hard? Would I know about that?
Yeah, I will say because Valk doesn't do much of the driving, that maybe you didn't know, but Royce definitely knows that the rocket, the grumpy rocket, is like a legendary chop shop. They hack cars to bits. They steal parts. When they're repairing it, they're pocketing bolts and pieces. And if you step away, they'll just take like the muffler and they'll take out the good hover coils and replace them with shitty ones. It is a legendary chop shop.
Okay.
And he wants to see Ma get fucked.
Oh boy.
Oops.
All right. I imagine Royce would know a more legitimate shop that wouldn't fuck over Mom.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. I think there's probably one called
Uppercuts.
huh?
The uppercuts.
Oh, you guys are gonna go to the uppercuts?
Look, it's my ass. Like you said, this is his car, and I think I've been through enough tonight.
Well, I'm just saying I'd really like to see you guys go to the rocket and see what they. I mean, it'd be funny, right? They take a couple coils from Ma. He gets his car back. You know.
I already lost my eyes. I don't want to imagine what else he'll do to me.
All right. You guys want to go to uppercuts?
Yeah, if that's all right.
I mean, it's kind of in the opposite direction. You guys get to go yourself? Yeah. I don't know if I can really go that far away.
Well, if you can't go that far, because I know there's something going on here, I can just go really slow.
All right, you guys keep it real slow, all right? And I mean, you got Duncan there, you got Valk. You guys break down. Just have them carry the car for you.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. You guys stay safe. And Royce, I mean, I understand that was a bit of a silly display there. Just try to act professional, right?
That's all he gets out of him, and he like reluctantly starts the car.
Yeah. And because there's nothing wrong. Well, I guess, do you want to make it seem like you're having trouble even at a slow speed, or do you want to just slowly hover away?
Just slowly hover away.
Yeah, no problem. It's going, no problem.
And I whisper under my breath as we get out of earshot of the officer, "You tell anyone I stop yo-yoing and I will cut you all."
Hey, you should have fucking smashed that bitch.
Then he just starts doing a sick trick trying to make up for it.
All right, yeah, let's see it.
Cause I'm driving, I'm doing a +1.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Makes you better at yo-yoing.
I fuck up.
Oh no. I think
I level up.
Hey, there you go. I think as you're like driving along and you just had Trooper Mo give you a bit of a hard time. Now Slag's giving you a bit of a hard time. You try to very aggressively do a very cool trick, and it just kind of like gets fucked up, and the trick goes wild, and the yo-yo kind of gets caught up in your arm, and you got to kind of throw it back into your hand.
Son of a bitch. All right, I'm going to have to buy a lot of beer to make up for this.
All right, and you guys are now basically away from the out of line of sight of the roadblock.
That trooper was kind of rude, though. I mean, what if we had really been through a thing? I mean, we're allowed to have our feelings. Jeez, that guy. Toxic. Toxic.
Yeah.
So what's the plan now? You guys are away from the roadblock, and you guys are nowhere near the square.
I imagine we try. Anyone got any plans?
What exactly do we need from the corals and corals at the square?
We need to check on. They were sent on a job and never came back.
Sounds like they done fucked. You want to just go to the other place?
Do we want to, like, poke our heads in and just see so we can get, Ma some intel?
Yeah, actually, that's not a bad idea. I'll try to get us as close as I can, and then we'll probably have to go on foot.
Yep, you guys can get about 2 blocks away again till the road kind of bends around the corner. So you can stay out of line of sight about 2 blocks away from the roadblock, 4 blocks away from the square.
Are there, like, back alleys, or?
Yep. Oh yeah, definitely tons of dark back alleys. Yeah.
Okay.
Can I find a place to park this where it will be secure?
Yeah, that's the trick, right? Because this thing stands the fuck out. Let's see. Why don't you roll to protect someone, and you'll be rolling to protect the car. So that's plus tough.
Oh man. Oof. Yo, that's a job for Duncan, but I'll try.
Is there any like garage doors near any alleyways that we can just rip open and put the car in?
Holy
good.
Yeah.
fuck. I think that's a really good idea. So I think that's exactly what you do. Like, you kind of cruise around at low speed. You're looking at all the alleyways, and you see other cars parked around, but you don't see any spot that doesn't make this thing just a beacon for being stolen. Until I think Duncan probably just like sticks up a big meaty hand and points at a giant garage door, and you realize that you have the physical capabilities within the team to rip open one of these garage doors and hide it completely from sight.
Nothing to it but to do it.
Yeah, I think Duncan would just crack his neck and his knuckles and just walk up to one of those doors and just.
Yep, absolutely. I think that's all baked into the role. So you just kind of Duncan walks up to this garage door, has a hard time getting fingers underneath the bottom of it, and the big meaty hands probably don't fit in the little holder to lift it up normally. So you kind of got to dig your fingers underneath it a bit, and then with a big mighty heave, just like clack 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 clack, the whole thing opens up, and there is another car in there, probably just like a blue hover sedan minivan. It's a hover minivan, and an empty spot beside it.
Is it hovering in the like, neutral hover?
Yeah, it's in the neutral hover. Yeah.
All right, I would just whatever I can do to rip that thing out of there.
Do you want to pull the minivan out of there?
Yeah, just leave it in the alley.
Yeah, absolutely. It's pretty. It's got like hover brakes, so it's not necessarily just like pushing around on ice. But for someone of your size, actually, you know what? I think you try pulling it, and this thing's got like the upgraded security system, so it's shit. Hover locked. And I think you kind of need Valk's help to move this thing. It is super locked in place.
You all right there, Dunk?
I think he would. Dunk's just be like. Refuses to say anything and refuses to give up. He's just trying to.
I keep an eye on the vein above his eye and see how it's doing.
Yeah, it's getting to that point where you think maybe some assistance is required.
I think Duncan's going to pull something.
Yeah, not the van, right? All right, I got this. And I go and I try and help.
All right. So I will say you both start trying to move the minivan, and I will need you both to roll plus yo-yo to see how well you can yo-yo while you're moving this thing.
Oh.
Duncan with his yo-yo savant.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh shit! I didn't even see that was a fucking 12. Damn. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
So Valk, you're doing a cool, alley-oop kind of slingshot trick as you're kind of putting your back into pushing this thing, and I think Duncan, you did like a walk the dog thing, so you just like whip this thing at the ground with a high-speed spin, and it's just spinning on the ground in place for so long that you toss it, it sits there spinning, and then you turn around and start pulling the vehicle with both hands while the yo-yo is just sitting there waiting to be recalled. And the two of you are able to move it. Yeah, it's like all of you are just impressed with this yo-yo. It doesn't stop fucking spinning. There's no physical way that yo-yo could do that. It's defying the laws of physics.
Jeez, Duncan.
Duncan doesn't know much, but
Knows yo-yoing.
Yo-yo like a
Magnets.
god.
And so you pull the big blue hover minivan out of the way, and you just sit it in the middle of the street, and then you park Maz XV into its space, right?
yeah.
And then you close the garage door, I'm assuming.
As best as we can.
Yeah, it's not easy, but I think it makes quite a bit of noise. And you think, did you wake up the household? But then you don't see any lights come on. You don't think you've woken anybody, and Maz XV is conveniently hidden within the garage.
Nice job.
And
just for sort of my knowledge, if I walk around with like guns visible, is that a big no-no, or are we sort of in like very frontier area where that's acceptable?
yeah, it's kind of a mix. So it's frontier area where it's seen. It's not liked. Most people don't. And you would, if a normal person walked around with guns, you would get some shitty looks. But a lot of people know you as from the Yo-Yo Boys. And so when they see you walking around with a gun, they just know that's the Yo-Yo Boys. They're going around. They're fucking tough guys. They're doing whatever. So it's frowned upon. It's not, it's definitely legal, but you guys are gangsters and they just,
That's all I needed
yeah.
to hear. It's legal.
yeah.
I'll get my duffel bag out of the back and sort of throw it over his shoulder.
Yeah.
And when I sort of like step out, I normally had like a leather bomber jacket on. It's now open, and I've got like a sort of paramilitary like chest rig on with like the space Glock in it and everything.
Yep.
All right, let's do a thing.
All right. And now you guys are walking your way to the square.
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah, I would think so.
Okay.
Kind of keeping an eye out in case there's more cops that we need to duck around.
Yeah. So you guys,
Yo-yo, though.
you guys are using the back alleys and stuff to avoid the
Yeah.
police.
And if we need, we can shove our way through whatever,
Yeah.
or at least attempt to.
Yeah. No, I would say they weren't guarding alleys. Well, they don't have roadblocks in alleys, but they do have police patrolling the back alleys. Because they are definitely looking for someone or something.
You guys,
Can I
should we get up
use-
on a roof or something?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, can I use my battlefield awareness and tactical genius to try to find a route around Fuzz?
Yeah, that's like one of your things, right? Don't you have like an awareness of where people are or something as one of your abilities?
Yeah, battlefield awareness, you always know what's happening around you and what to watch out for.
Yeah.
And then tactical genius, I get to roll cool instead of sharp on reading situation.
Okay,
Nice.
okay. Yeah, why don't you read a bad situation, see if you know your way around avoiding the cops. Holy fuck.
Wow.
Whoa.
Jeez, guys.
Damn.
Like, okay, I think this is like, you can hear them and you can smell them, but more than that, like, you're in their fucking head. You know, kind of, oh, they're looking for like a space murderer assassin. They're gonna try this kind of a search pattern, so you know when they're gonna double back, you know when they're gonna feign being gone, and you are able to completely navigate this. So let's do read a bad situation. Yeah.
What's my best way in? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat?
Yeah. Okay. So the best way in is just like a path through the alleys. Sometimes doubling back through an alley as you wait for a patrol to go by. What's the biggest threat? The biggest threat is the unknown force that the police are looking for. And what was the last one? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? I think any dangers we haven't noticed. You haven't noticed what the super deadly thing is. Doesn't say what is the thing we haven't noticed. It's just a yes or no. Are there? Yes, there are dangers you haven't noticed.
So hearing the fuzz talk, we know they're looking for something pretty spooky, and we haven't seen or heard that.
Exactly. Yeah. And actually, I'll go beyond that. You can hear all the police and everything, and you can hear the pedestrians and all that, and you can't hear anything else. You cannot hear or see hide nor hair of something else here. Because that was a really good fucking roll.
Oaks, let's roll.
Yeah, and you guys can get through it no problem. And you wind up arriving at the square. And the square is a one-story white-walled building with a neon red awning over the sides. The Q in the word square looks more like a square than a Q. And you see a series of hover vehicles parked outside, a few civilian-level hover sedans, a few shipping hover trucks set out for deliveries to other towns that have stopped for a while for a bite to eat, and a line of hover cycles and others. None of those are necessarily important. It's just to show that it's busy, and that some of the patrons are clearly coming and going from this town. What's your plan of action, guys?
So what the fuck was Corals and Corals supposed to be doing?
Yeah, it's true. Do we know what their job was?
They were doing a delivery
Oh, right.
of spice.
Any of y'all ever dropped off the square before?
Well, boss said that deliveries are always made in the back, so it would be in the back of the square.
Let's do it.
All right. So you guys are heading over to the back of the building?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Okay.
sounds
I
good.
agree.
Okay. You, as you make your way around, you can see through the big open bay windows with kind of red neon lining. There are people inside and they're eating burgers, and staff are taking orders and cooking stuff in the back. And you can see a bit of an air of tension. Everyone's kind of looking around a bit. And there are a couple police kind of standing around between the tables. There's an officer standing near the front door, and it looks like they're watching, but it's not necessarily like the place is on lockdown. There's just a law presence here. And I think you guys see through the bay windows all the police, all the law, and you decide maybe going around the front isn't a good idea. You decide to go around the side and around to the back. And when you get to the back, you see one of those big heat vents that like spews all the hot air from inside. And you see another one of the fresh air vents that brings fresh air to the inside so that they can fucking breathe. And Shades, you see the car that you stole a week ago. You see that red, kind of ancient aesthetic 59 Plymouth Fury looking cool ass fucking hot rod car is parked at the back. This is the car that Carl and Carl took for the meeting. And it's got sleek hexagonal hover pads where the wheels should be. And the warm red glow on the hover pads suggests that it was turned on not too long ago. And there is a door back there with a buzzer in between the two big vents.
Well, that's the car.
Does it look like there was any kind of any disturbance near any of this? Dropped like cigarettes.
Yeah. Okay.
Such?
Let's see. I like this is to me, it's kind of like investigate a mystery, but it's the investigate a mystery role has too many powerful questions. like what can it do? Like I don't know. I can't think of a good. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna be clever and creative, and I'm gonna try to not give it all away. But yeah, why don't you roll to investigate a mystery? Which is
I have
plus sharp.
-1 to sharp. So
Oh boy.
Don't even worry. Yeah, don't even worry.
Okay. Holy fuck. Oh boy.
What
So
happens if
on a
you-
miss, you reveal some information to the monster.
Oh, sorry, dudes.
So I'm gonna say
maybe I just say loudly. Everything looks normal. It's like super loud.
yeah.
Hey, that's the car you stole earlier, right? Shades, you stole this one, right? Just like recently, I think you stole it. Is that right?
Thanks, Val. Yeah, I was there. Yep, that was me. Yep. A little
Yeah,
louder
nice
so that
one.
the cops down there can hear us.
Oh.
It's fucking perfect. Yeah, that's absolutely fucking perfect. So then yeah, you don't notice anything back here. It all looks pretty hunky-dory. And you did very loudly announce that that Shades was the one that stole it a week ago.
Sorry, Shades.
I love that's fucking perfect.
The dice,
That is
man.
so good.
Dice.
That's so good. All right. And there is a door buzzer at the back by the door.
All right. I guess this is the easiest way in.
Would-
Anyone?
Would Duncan see the buzzer?
Yeah.
I guess it would be like more or less I'm not sure Duncan would fully understand what he's doing here. He just knows he's on a job and he's supposed to protect people.
Yeah.
But if he knows they're supposed to be going in here, he would just go punch the buzzer. Just
Yeah, perfect.
dead on punch it.
So this,
as Chase is like, oh, this looks like the way.
yeah. Bam. And there's like, it's not like it's like one of those things where you push it in and it buzzes for as long as you push it in for. So since it's a punch, it's just like, bam. And nothing happens.
Is it still locked? Check if it's locked.
Yeah, it's locked. You get
It
the
is okay,
feeling that maybe the buzz wasn't long enough.
okay. I guess I would just keep repeatedly punching it.
Yeah. Bam, 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 bam. And yeah, then you start to hear footsteps on the other side, and you see the doorknob start to turn, and then the door opens, and this kind of wave of hot, greasy, fast food joint, burger joint, oil-soaked, greasy air kind of wafts over all of you, and it doesn't smell good. Like this isn't like cooked food smell. This is like overly boiled oil, burning fat, kind of soggy, warm ingredients kind of smell.
Ugh.
And it just kind of waves over all you guys as this kind of big fat lady with an apron on that's covered in stains of all sorts. You think there's even like a blood stain on there. That's not narratively important because I don't want to fuck things up too much. You all see this blood stain on her apron, and you all simultaneously think, I bet that's not related, and you're all right. So yeah, and she looks at all of you, and then this kind of gruff voice is like, "Nah, damn it, Moria.
Have you seen the other two?
Yeah, they were here. You guys want to come in?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll let you talk. I'll let you talk to Debbie." And she kind of like pushes the door open to let you guys catch it and make your way in. And you guys head in.
Duncan would just like wipe the snot and like tears from the smell from his face and just like and then just barge right.
Yeah. The rest of you? What's the marching order actually? Why don't we get because it's single file in there. So what's the order? So Duncan's going first.
Slag's gonna stay in the back. I kind of want to stay close to the door, but I don't want to lose like eyesight of the rest of the group.
Yeah.
I would be second to last, I think, because he's squishy.
Yep. Okay. So Duncan, Valk, Royce, and then Slag. So Slag, are you actually following them, or are you actually hanging back at the door?
As long as I can like see them,
Yeah.
I'm good to hang back by the door. But if they sort of like break line of sight, I'll like move to the next corner.
Yep. Okay, perfect. So I think it works like this. The three of you start moving through this quite narrow hallway following this woman. And on your right is a bunch of boxes of meat patties, like freeze-dried meat patties, so they can stand being at room temp. There's packs of vacuum sealed buns and packages of sauces. They're all in a big pile on the right up against the wall, and then on the left are like a big series of movable shelves that are lined with tools and other various ingredients like freeze-dried onions and all that kind of shit. And it's definitely single file in here. The larger of you probably have to kind of turn sideways to make your way through it. And then when you come to the end, it turns right. And when you turn right, you're looking at kind of the main cook area. It's not very big. The woman kind of moves on and she goes over to one of the other deep fryers and starts cooking up some French fries. And there's only one other person cooking. And it is this quite tall, although most of you are fucking enormous, so I guess maybe not that tall, very fat man is cooking. He has more than just a 5 o'clock shadow and a tiny little white chef hat on his head. He's got tanned skin and a towel thrown over his shoulder, and he's got an apron as well that is just covered in stains. And a clip name tag tells you that this is the owner of the square and the primary cook. This is Chef Debbie. And he kind of like looks over at you. You as soon as you turn the corner, you kind of stop. Like that's as far as you can go without going into the cooking area. So I will say the last person in line, Shades, you can still make eye contact with Slag. So Slag, you can stay by the door. And Debbie looks over at Duncan and Valk and like kind of like does a double take because you're both fucking enormous. And he says, shit. All right. What are you guys doing here? They obviously sent the muscle. What's up?
Hey, you seen Carl? Or Carl? Either?
Yeah, Carl and Carl were here. We're doing business. And then they just kind of fucked off. Figured you guys were here to, I don't know, put me in my place or whatever. You guys want to talk in my office?
Yeah, sure.
All right. And then he like, he takes like 4 steps to the side near a like upended milk crate with a clipboard on it. And he pulls out a pen out of his apron, and it becomes apparent that this is his office.
Okay.
All right.
Nice place.
Yeah, thanks. I don't know why I'm starting to sound like Ma. I'm not Ma. I don't have the accent. It's good
food.
Yeah.
No, I feel your pain, man. It just sort of slides out sometimes.
You're all doing it, so I'm starting to do it.
He's holding a clipboard.
He's like, the clipboard is on the milk crate, and he's just writing on it as if he was like, like this is his desk.
Duncan just walks over and he's got a big smile on his face, and he takes out one of those bags of spice he's had in his leather jacket the whole time, just slaps it down, and he goes, "For you," and then just walks away feeling like he's got a job well.
Oh,
He's not
hey.
even sure if this is the guy he's supposed to give it.
Yeah, not even close.
Oh no.
Oh, hey, good. You guys actually got it for me. Thanks. I thought Carl and Carl are pulling a fast one on me. It's like a flaccid
worst
fast
kind.
one. I know. Yeah, no, I thought, all right, thanks. And he kind of like scoops the bag up and puts it in his pocket and looks around, make sure nobody else is watching.
Does Valk know that or who it was supposed to go to? Probably not.
Ma did say to bring this to Steve Sports.
Oh. What would she do?
I'm not up front, so I can't correct anyone.
Hey, actually,
Job
I
well
think
done.
that was,
Yeah, what?
listen,
Yeah.
Debbie, did you order that?
Yeah, Carl and Carl were supposed to give me some, but they had some burgers. They made some threats, and then they just kind of fucked off. And I thought I got taken for a free one, and they just never gave me my goodies. So I thought I was just getting fucked. But you guys came through.
This is a sample to show you the, high quality merchandise that we have available if needed. But this in particular is earmarked for somebody else. But
What do
you
you-
can see that we do have it, so we can bring it to you later, but not this one in particular, which is for somebody else.
I'm pretty
Duncan's
sure.
just. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Pretty sure I already paid for it. So I think this one's mine.
Yo, where's Coral? Or Coral?
Wait, who's that in the back?
Yo, it's me, Slag. How you doing?
Oh, hey, Slag. Yeah, no, I don't know what Carl and Carl are. They took my payment. They took a couple free fucking burgers. And then they said they're gonna go get the the joie de vivre, je ne sais quoi, from the car, and they just never came back.
Yeah, mocha chocolate, shade and a Yep.
Exactly. They never gave it to me. I paid them. I gave them the money. So I
know.
do think I'm gonna be keeping this.
Do we know Coral and Coral's car?
It's that car that's parked out back. It's that red.
Oh,
kind
the one that you stole. Okay.
that fit. Yeah, exactly. So Shade stole it. Carl and Carl took it, and it's parked out back here.
Okay, I'm gonna step outside and I guess call Ma on my hack jack.
Yeah.
And let him know that Coral and Coral showed up, took payment, didn't deliver.
Yeah.
We don't know where they are, and their car is still here. And like while I'm talking, I'll just putz around the car, and if I know where like the smuggly compartments are, I'll just sort of poke around and see if I can find.
Okay. I will say, as you start kind of poking around the car, you want to look. So you don't know this make. This is a very unique make of car. So I think you got to poke around and look for the hidey hole. And I will say roll to.
Yeah, I don't know it. I wouldn't look too hard. I'd wait for someone else who knows what the fuck they're doing. But I'll still look.
Yeah, roll. I mean, investigate a mystery again. It's not a great roll because you're investigating the mystery of where is the spice, not the mystery of what is the monster. So why don't you roll to act under pressure is like the catch-all for just do other stuff. So why don't you roll to act under pressure to see if you can find the hidey hole.
Okay, act under pressure. I'm cool as fuck.
Holy shit!
Nice.
That is cool.
Damn it! All right, you set out what you do what you set out to do. So I think the way this works is you're kind of looking around, and that warm glow from the hover pads, like it's not cooling down, like it's almost like it's still in engaged mode. It's not in that neutral cycle mode. Oh fuck. Yeah. So I think you kind of catch notice of the fact that it still seems like this thing's on, like it's still ready to go. And you kind of open up the door, which is unlocked. You get inside and you just figure you check the glove compartment and you pop it open. And of course it's just filled with fake papers to pass as legit. And you just out of the corner of your eye notice a little thing to make the back of the glove compartment pop out. It pops out and there's like a roll of sim coins in there and a gun, which is like, as a yo-yo boy, that's decoy. That's if you got to get busted, you get busted for that. So you let them find that one. And that also means that the next one is like the back is like a fake wall. You just push your hand through it and it's almost like paper. It just kind of tears through. And sure enough, there is a bag of something behind that second false wall.
Fuck yeah, man. I'll take that shit.
Yep. And it is absolutely a bag of spice.
Phew.
Alright, so if I'm still on the hackjack with Ma, just be like, oh, never mind. Still don't know where Corals is, but I found the shit. Got it.
And Ma's like, all right, sounds good. Just make sure Debbie gets his thing, and then make sure Steve Sports gets his thing too. And make sure you find out where Carl and Carl are. Come on now. They're good boys. They're good boys. They don't deserve to be forgotten about.
Aw.
All right, Maz, we can find the coral in the coral. No, don't worry about it, none. We'll do the thing.
All right.
Okay, bye.
All right, I love you. Hey, Slag. Slag, I love you.
Yeah.
Slag.
Love you too, Ma.
All right.
It's a weird workplace.
Right?
We get HR on the phone. This is not okay.
I could just see Slag just like, you too, Mom.
Yeah, so I'll come back in behind everybody and sort of just like slap the fucking electrical tape package of whatever the shit this is on the milk.
I will say that as you're getting out of the car,
5-0.
you notice, and you're not sure what the deal is. You get out of the car and you're not a small person, and the car kind of like it gives out from under you a little bit and it pushes a bit to the side, and then it kind of swings back, like it kind of retakes its place.
Is it sitting level? Like,
Yeah.
Is there weight?
No.
What? Wait, you said it is sitting level or it's not?
It's sitting level. Yeah, it's sitting perfectly level.
I'm gonna open the trunk.
The trunk is empty. It's a big trunk too.
Okay, I got my shotgun like slung under my right armpit.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna sort of like pull it out from under my jacket and just like poke around. Like, I don't know if I'm understanding this correctly. Like, is there like an invisible weight on the car that made it rock in a weird way?
It's like when you got out, the weight of you pushed it to the side because it's like in engaged hover mode. It doesn't have its brakes on. So it kind of drifted to the side. And then when you got out, it drifted back to its normal spot, which there was nothing you saw to push it back.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna, poke around with my shotgun in the trunk real quick, and then I'm gonna look up, and then I see if there's anything to like recenter it, like on the roofs, and then maybe take a peek under it real quick.
Yeah, no, nothing on the roof, nothing in the trunk. Bottom looks totally fine.
All right, yeah. I'm just gonna like turn it off, and just take the keys with me inside.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. You turn it. You like off so it hits the ground.
Whatever normal parking fucking procedure is.
Yeah. Okay. So just like shut down into infinite cycle mode. Yeah. No problem. And those hover pads are still pretty red. Like they don't go to that dull glow that most cars go to when they go into infinite cycle mode. Usually that powers down the hover pads a bit. And these don't power down. They still stay pretty aggressively red.
I guess like equivalent to like kicking the tire, because I don't know what the fuck to do. I'll just sort of like swing the edge of my shotgun and sort of like tap the edge of the coils. Like, are they good? Are they like hot? Are they like fucked up? I don't know anything about.
Yeah, you tap it with your the butt of your gun, and something kind of comes off the hover pads and splatters onto your gun. And you see that it's actually a yellow glow hover pad that's covered in blood. And now there's a bit of blood on your shotgun.
And there's nothing under the car. Like, I didn't see fucking parts or cloth, meat like stuck under there.
Nope.
Nah, all right, fuck it. I'll go inside. If I see like an apron or something like hung up, or like a dish towel, I'll just wipe off the barrel of my fucking shotgun.
Yeah.
And re-sling it.
Yeah, no problem. All right, and you're back inside.
Yeah, I'll let Valk and Duncan know in the back. Or no, sorry, who's up?
Duncan's up front with Valk.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'll come in and let Shades know, like, Yos, I think that fucking hot rod out back, they done smushed some dudes. There's like dude goo all over it.
Dude goo?
Yeah, there's fucking blood all over the hover pads, man.
Like, completely covered in blood?
Yeah, like a fucking lot. There's no like meat bits or like lost fucking t-shirts or nothing under there. Just dude goo all on the pads.
Anything else weird with the car?
I don't know, man. It's a fucking car. I'll sort of like give him the keys. I just parked the shit here. I got the package, and I'll sort of like push by everybody, and whoever's like in front conversing with this big dude, I'll just sort of like hand them the package.
Okay, so you hand Duncan a second bag of spice.
I think he said whoever's conversing, he would hand it to.
Oh,
right?
okay. Okay, so then I guess he hands you hand it to Valk.
Yo's got Coral and Coral's fucking shipment. I guess they just left it. Okay, bye.
Wait.
Oh.
You
right.
telling me that Carl, like, they took my money, the spice was out there. Sorry, the Tour de France or whatever was out there, and They just fucked off and couldn't be bothered to walk 10 fucking steps to bring me my spice?
That doesn't sound like Carl. Or
Oh.
Carl.
Carl and Carl are good guys. They were kind of rude, but they're good guys.
Like more than usual?
Nah, I don't know. I think they were having a bad day. They were hungry. I think they were hangry.
Oh yeah, been there, right?
Yeah, I know. Well, you got my money. I got my poutine sous vide. So
Nice.
see you guys later.
So, were they the same sized bags?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's okay. then.
Yep. Standard shipment of spice.
All right. Can I get a, you know what? Just being back here. Can I get a burger to go? Can I just get one?
Oh man, Carl and Carl were asking for free burgers. You want a free burger or are you gonna pay for it?
Well,
All right, no, that's
I
fine.
mean-
You know what? You came in, you brought me my spice. I'll cook you an appreciation burger.
that's right. Thanks. Thanks, Debbie. I knew you were a good guy.
Don't tell anybody else.
Nah.
Any of the rest of you want burgers?
Duncan's face just lights up. Like you said food, and that's all that matters.
Anybody else? No?
Heck yeah, I'll take a burgers.
All right. You guys want mustard?
Hell yeah, mustard.
You guys want pickles?
Can I get extra pickles?
Yeah, I can put a couple extra pickles. You're really driving me hard here, Valk. All right, extra pickles for Valk. Anybody else have any other requests?
Yes, man. You got me with that mayonnaise and steak sauce. Give me sloppy.
Yeah, all right. Gross. Sounds good.
Duncan's just nodding through all of this.
Yes, to all the things.
I think like he puts a patty on the burger and then looks at Duncan,
He kind of gives him a mean look.
and then he puts another patty on it.
It's still a really, really fierce look.
He kind of like sighs and he grabs another patty and another, and he's put 4 fucking patties on it, and then he just puts another bun on it.
He is so happy. He just takes that and runs off.
Scampers.
Yeah. All right. He hands you guys your burgers, and they're pretty fucking good. These are pretty tasty hamburgers.
Thanks, Deb.
Yeah,
No one
yeah.
does that sloppy style like you, man.
I know. I make a pretty mean burger. Get out of here, you guys. I'll call you when I need another delivery.
I'll sort of like look sort of like through their like expediter window, the little like ding ding foods up thing.
Yep.
And sort of see if I can see the front of the house.
Yep.
And like, do I see fucking Coral and Coral like out there?
No. You see a couple police officers moseying around, 1 or 2 of them eating a burger or drinking a watered down soda. But no Carl and Carl. What are you guys doing?
Hey, Alk,
Yeah, what's up?
do they know what happened outside?
Nah, he just said, why would I? No, he just said they just fucked off. That they didn't. Why did something happen outside?
Well, there's the laws everywhere. What?
Oh, right,
And
Dad.
they're
Yeah.
right. They're right here. This is like they're around this building, so I'm wondering maybe they know something.
That's a great fucking call, man. Hang on. Hey, Deb.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, sorry. You got like a lot of extra guests here today.
Yeah, the fuzz.
Yeah, you know anything about that?
No, I don't know. I figured it was Carl and Carl roughing people up on their way out. I don't know. They're upset about something. But they're not stopping business too much. I mean, fewer people are coming in, but people here keep ordering, so.
Like the people who are already here just keep ordering?
Yeah, they're I don't know. I think they're not allowed to leave or something, so they just keep ordering food. I don't care who's eating it, they keep ordering it.
Huh.
I go and relay this
Yeah.
to the group. Word for word, verbatim.
So this whole joint's on some kind of like burger lockdown.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird. Let's leave.
Yeah, this place has got a weird vibe today.
Can I do investigate a mystery?
Yeah.
Like, how? I imagine that we do business here pretty regularly.
Yeah.
So I kind of know what the place looks like normal.
Yeah.
Does anything look off? Like it sounds like the cook's sigh's in a hurry to get us out. There was kind of blood on the waitress's thing, and Slag told me that there was blood outside. So I want to see if my character's smart enough to try to put something together.
So first of all, the blood on the apron, totally my bad, has nothing to do with anything.
Right, you did say that.
I was just trying to be like a super gross place, and I accidentally said blood when I knew blood was coming up. So
Sure, we didn't
Got
just
it.
eat
All right.
Carl.
I'm just saying that the blood on her apron was unrelated. That's all I'm saying.
With
Gotcha,
the price of meat,
but-
what it is.
It crossed my mind.
But we still know what baseline normal is for this place. So I'm wondering, I guess read a bad situation or investigate a mystery.
Yeah, why don't you do investigate a mystery? I love that.
Let's see, which one is that?
Plus a yo-yo, so it's sharp.
Corals.
Plus sharp and then plus yo-yo.
So that's
Ooh,
the
that's
investigate.
2 questions. Yep.
Nice.
Okay, and the yo-yoing still, you know what? That's barely a success. I'll say, okay, wait. First, you tell me the question.
I lost my sheet. I'm trying to find out where the questions is.
So it's what happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it going to do? And what is being concealed here?
What is being concealed here?
Okay. And the other question, because you get 2.
Let's see here. What was the monster doing?
What was the monster doing?
Or wait, I don't know there's a monster yet though, so
I know, and I'm gonna try to, like, I want you guys to find this naturally. So what is being concealed here and what was it doing? Okay. I think I can do this. I think I can do this. You guys are leaving the building, right? So I think you guys are, as you're leaving, you're suspicious, you're looking around, you're trying to figure out what the hell is going on and why this is so weird. And when you guys get outside, the car is fully turned on again. And
What?
the
Ghost car.
the blood is dripping off the hover pads again. And you see a piece of cloth hanging out from under the hood.
oh no.
I specifically was looking for cloths, and there wasn't no cloths. That's new cloths.
There's no cloth
What?
underneath the car. This was sticking out from the hood.
I just assumed that I checked most all of it. But you know what? Maybe I missed that cloths on the first go over. You know, maybe that's on me. Grain of salt.
Cloths are notoriously sneaky, though, so don't blame yourself.
Duncan would have like a really frustrated, confused face right now, and he would just kind of go. He would walk over to the car
Yeah.
and just take his big old meaty thumb and just stick it down the blood and then like lick it and then hold his thumb out like he's like feeling for the wind, even though it doesn't do anything.
Oh my god.
So I'll say you do that, and as you do that, you open up that door and that hot air comes out. And again, you can't tell if it was because Duncan was pushing on the car but the whole car seems to move away, almost like that hot wind is pushing it.
Slag, Val.
Yeah.
Can you get your guns out? And I'm gonna pop the hood. Could be a raccoon in there or something.
Okay. I forgot my name. Val.
And for God's sake, don't shoot the car. Let it run a little bit and then shoot it. This is a new car. All right, and then my character like goes underneath and old school style goes underneath the driving column and pulls the hood release.
Yeah. And it pops open. And as you lift up the hood, the interior of the whole engine space is covered in blood. And you were seeing the edge of like the leathery top of a boot that was it's covered in blood. Most of the meat from the inside has been sucked out. And you just like, I gotta make sure I get all my important notes. And you see a magnetic yo-yo, 2 magnetic yo-yos jammed up in the workings under the hood. And you also see on the engine the brand of car or the model of car, which is labeled CR15 T1 N3.
Ah, boy.
And I think as you're looking at this, what's that?
What is it?
CR15 T1 N3.
Okie dokie.
And Valk, if maybe you'd like to spell that out with no numbers.
Christine. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. And I think at this point, Trooper Mo kind of comes around the corner and he sees you guys and he's like, well, I thought I told you guys to wait. What's that? Did one of you guys, Shades, did you steal that fucking car? You idiots. That's not a car. That's attacking it. And he's cut off mid-sentence as the engine roars to life. And this thing does have that kind of combustion sound. The hood slams closed and almost pinches your fingers, Shades. And it goes into full reverse. The headlights light up, and then the top 2/3 of it go dim. And it looks like angry robot headlight eyeballs. And it floors it in reverse and just runs over Trooper Mo. Just slams him in the chest, sends him flying 20 feet backwards. And then the car slams into forward and starts charging at you guys. And I'm going to need you guys to roll to act under pressure to try to get out of the way of the speeding car trying to run into you.
Holy smokes.
Oh boy.
That's cool.
Holy shit. Okay.
Damn.
So Royce and Slag, you dive out of the way, no problem. But Valk and Duncan, you guys try to get out of the way. But you can't quite totally get out of the way of this car. Like, it realizes it can't hit Shades and Slag, so it veers towards you. And it clips you. You both take 1 harm as the car kind of slams into you, or clips you. But it hits that kind of heat vent that was spewing out all the heat, and that hot air coming out kind of washes over the car, and it makes this horrible squealing, screeching sound as it floors it into reverse and starts taking off down the street.
Can I get shots off on it while it drives away?
Yep. If anyone, actually, only the two who got out of the way. So, Slag, you can definitely take a shot, and Shades, if you want to take a shot, you can take one too.
I'll try and shotgun one of these tires.
Yeah, definitely.
You guys trying to like blow up one of the hover pads?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, space.
So it's roll to kick some ass. Oh damn.
Yeah.
Shades, you taking a shot? Was that your? No, that's not your 14.
Wait, it's to kick some ass, right? That means
Yeah.
we get harmed too.
That is right. Yep.
I'm too squishy for that.
Yeah, no problem.
I think I'm going to like go to the sides of Valk and Duncan and make sure they're okay.
Yeah. Yep. They both got like twisted heels, bruised hips from getting clipped by the car. And Slag, you're trying to shotgun the hover pad.
Yeah, as it goes by, if
Yeah.
I manage to get out of the way, I sort of see myself like rolling out and sort of popping up, and as it's going by, just taking one shot.
Yep, absolutely, and it hits true. You unload a full. Is it buckshot or slug?
Hold on.
Doesn't matter what the rules say. It's kind of whatever you think is appropriate.
Yeah, it doesn't say area, it says close. I think I would use it to blow doors, so I would say slug.
Okay, yep. So you just unload with this slug that hits true on the hover coil, and it does damage. You see damage be dealt to that coil, and I think to have damage dealt to you, the tail, like the back left tail of the car, kind of hits the ground and kicks up rocks, and a big old rock gets shot back at you and hits you in the head for one harm. And I think that's what makes you fuck up your yo-yo roll.
Okay. How does armor work? Like, does it take that armor away?
Yeah.
Or is it just like a reduction?
Takes that armor away.
Oh,
Okay.
Well, fuck it. I just got hit in the head. I'll just keep it.
Yeah, and it just peels off, and you can hear its engine just roaring down in the distance.
Well, I think we found Carl and Carl.
Yeah, or what ate them?
How's the trooper looking?
Very beat up, but still alive.
Which direction did the car go?
Car went left, kind of down in the direction that you used to be approaching from. Like when you were driving towards it, it's gone back that direction.
Could I grab the Fuzz's like radio?
Yeah.
And sort of just like pretend I'm Mo and sort of like give a APQ car going in direction. It's bad. Officer down. Make it shoot it.
Okay, yeah, sure. Why don't you roll to manipulate someone? You're trying to make them believe that you're the your trooper Mo. So that is roll plus charm.
It's not a strength.
Oh, and yo-yo. Okay, barely save the. It's like I think you're so focused on trying to have the yo-yo, like you notice you're about to fuck up your trick, and rather than fuck up a trick, you just drop the accent completely, and you just start talking in your normal accent over the radio.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I think you hear the other guys be like, wait, who is this? Who is it? Oh shit! And with a miss, there's no way that they are going to shoot at it.
Oh, dope.
I want to pull the officer to like the front of the store, like just to get him out of the street.
Yeah.
And once I got him in there, I like duck my head into like size restaurants, like, you know, call an ambulance, and then just kind of leave him there because we need to take care of business. And then as I walk away from him, I was like, "You owe me," and wink at him and just go towards my party.
Yeah. Yeah, his eyes kind of roll back in his head as his entire chest cavity has been caved in, but he's still alive. And I think the other cops, they see you like dropping off a beat up cop, and they want to stop you for a sec, because that's a bad situation. But when they see how bad Trooper Mo is, they kind of stop and they radio in an ambulance. Okay, what do you guys want to do?
So I would hope that during all of this, Duncan would be hopefully at least trying to keep within line of sight of the group, but following what general direction the car took off to.
Yep, that's fair. It was just a straight line down the street, so yeah, you can kind of keep both. You can keep the team in sight while you're kind of running down the road.
Well, who's up for a joyride?
Sounds good.
And I say that as I make my way towards VX or RX.
The XV.
XV. Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think you guys start making your way towards where you hid the XV, and you see that blue minivan that was out in the road. It is smashed to shit. Something hit this at incredible high speed, and it's now like jammed up on the sidewalk. Whole side is caved in, and you see red paint on the caved in side. You get the idea. Perhaps Christine ran into this.
Another victim.
Fucking ghost cars.
And you guys would like to get back into the XV, I take it.
Well,
Jump.
well
Yeah,
we get
that
into the
makes
XV. It's like, how are we going to fight this thing, though?
Valk picks up her big hand cannon and says, "I got one idea."
I like your train of thought, my lady. And then just, sorry, go on.
No. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just like, I just say, you know, all aboard, you know, and just start getting the engine ready.
Uh-oh. Music.
And
Oh, no.
so at this point, you guys are in the XV, and you can kind of see a trail of wreckage, and like, what you call it, like divots in the ground, where every now and then the back left tail of the car dug into the ground. So you can actually track this thing relatively well, and until you actually come up on it. And it is kind of gone past the city border, and it's kind of in the open desert scape now between towns, and it is fucking going. But you know what it's not faster than? It's not faster than the XV.
Yeah. Do we have Duncan in the car with us?
Yeah, I assume you guys all piled into the car. If you guys would like to split up for some reason, let me know. Otherwise, I assume, you guys all jumped in.
Now, whoever's in the back with me, I opened up that little duffel bag.
Yeah.
And you sort of hear like metallic mechanical situations happening as I'm sort of very methodically going through stuff in the bag.
Music to my ears.
All right, so would you guys like to try to catch up to the monster?
Oh, yes.
Okay, yep, that's basically no problem. No roll needed. You are way faster than it, and you're in open space. So you catch up to the monster, you catch up to Christine, and it starts to try to ram the side of your car, like it tries to sideswipe you. So why don't you roll to act under pressure to try to maintain control of the car? Holy fuck. Yep.
Damn.
Roll a yo-yo just to see how cool you look while this thing has no fucking effect on you. Damn, man. It's like, this is you in your element. Nobody drives better than Shades. And you see this telegraph side swipe from a mile away. You just navigate around it and you kind of like let the yo-yo go in place of where you were, and it kind of drifts in through the window of Christine. And then as you take the place again, you catch the yo-yo. No damage done to your car, and Christine has completely whiffed it. So now that we're in combat, why don't you all roll to act under pressure to get us a combat order so that you can all take turns. And no yo-yo rolls with that.
Ah, poor Duncan.
Do I add the one while driving, or is
Yeah.
it just the two?
Oh, it's definitely +1 while driving.
Duncan's just pulling his goggles down, going,
Okay, awesome. All right, Slag, what's up?
Hey, Shades, pull us away, my dude.
Got it.
And as he veers away, I have like a carabiner on my chest rig.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna like take the strap of the duffel bag and sort of like wrap it twice around the head of the seat in front of me because I'm in the back, and then clip the other end to the chest rig and stand up in the back seat. And now that the duffel bag is sort of like being used, I pull the contents out of it, which is some like sci-fi fucking rotary grenade launcher.
Yeah.
And you just hear that sort of like cocking noise, and then there's a whiz, and then you just hear thump, thump, thump.
All right, fucking roll me. So this is definitely kick some ass, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, all right, roll me to kick some ass. Holy fuck, you guys. Damn. All right, roll plus yo-yo and tell me what the damage is on that thing.
Oh, you can, yeah, it's good.
What the fuck?
It's 4 harm, far area, messy, loud.
Yep, that sounds about right. As these fucking grenades. So I think it's like a volley of 3. And I think the yo-yo trick is to like pass the yo-yo in between the grenades as you're shooting them, kind of thing. And it just looks cool as shit. And
every time I recock it for the next like rotation,
yeah,
the yo-yo like pings off the side of the grenade and comes back.
Exactly. And I think so yeah, the yo-yo trick is fucking awesome. Damage is high and it blows up, and I mean, yeah, I think it catches fire with all the explosions, and that you hear that screeching, squealing, twisting metal sound as Christine turns on high beams and then just comes in for another side swipe. And I think because you're the only one that's not prepared as you're like standing up, I think you kind of like do a face dive and bang your face against the edge of the car and take another 1 harm.
Okay.
Shades, it's you.
All right. I guess I'm gonna read while I'm driving. Read what the party's trying to do, so I can get them in the best position to do it.
You want to do like help out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's perfect. Roll plus cool.
Do I add the 1 or no?
Yep, absolutely.
All right.
And give me a yo-yo on that. All right, yeah, no, you're maintaining yo-yo while you're doing it, and so you grant whoever you want +1 to their roll, but you also expose yourself to danger. So when damage is dealt, you're going to run the risk of taking damage depending on how the damage, if it narratively makes sense, you'll be in a position to take some damage.
Okay.
All right, Valk.
Okay. I'd like to shoot it with my hand cannon,
Yep.
which is my signature weapon, but it has a close adjective on it.
Okay, yep.
Does that mean, am I close enough to use it, do you think?
I think you'd probably want Shades to pull closer, but you can definitely close that distance.
Hey, Shades, bring me in.
What about a fin?
In, closer.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna try and shoot him.
All right, kick some ass and yo-yo. Okay, yep, absolutely. You're still yo-yoing. It's not clean, but you're doing it. And then you get close enough to unload a shot. Where are you shooting it?
Oh, trying to stop its mobility. So maybe one of the hover or
One of the hover pads. Okay, yeah, you can aim it. Yeah, you shoot at the hover pad, and I think you hit it. What's the damage on your fucking hand cannon?
3.
God, you guys do so much damage. So yeah, you shoot at the hover pad. Again, these are like delicate pads, and there's a spark and an explosion as I think that was the same side that you shoot the front one that the back one Slag had shot before. So now that whole side starts to list and dip into the ground, and shards of metal start to fly off Christine. And I think again it kind of sideswipes the car, smashing in the XV a bit. And this time you were unprepared, and I think you hit yourself in the face with your gun, and you take 1 harm.
Ah, jeez. By the thing I love most in the world.
And Duncan, you're up.
So I just want to make sure we're trying to destroy this.
That's a good question. Are you guys trying to destroy it?
I'd say, seeing that there's clear evidence that it took 2 of our family, I'd say yeah.
I think Duncan just kind of looks over the room and goes,
Are we doing this?
You
Ghost car.
So Duncan, how close is the car to us?
I think at this point it's quite close. It just finished like sideswiping you.
So now you can, I'm just throwing this out there, but I would think Duncan would rip out one of those bags of spice
Yeah.
and then just bite into it like a Pop-Tart and take his yo-yo out and just screaming at the top of his lungs, jump out that car and slam the yo-yo down in the
Yeah, all right. So you take a bite of fucking cinnamon challenge, and I think I say you got some adrenaline. I say you keep it down, and you want it to jump over. Did you say?
I want to just slam down on the hood with my yo-yo, and because my yo-yo is my and I want to like spin it up and just slam it down on the hood as hard as I can.
All right, roll me kick some ass.
So it's gonna be a +2.
Oh my god.
Damn. All right, now roll me. You know what? Actually, that is your yo-yo roll, because the yo-yo is your chosen weapon. So I think
Right.
like you see this whole thing coming. You take a bite of this spice. It tastes fucking amazing, and highly addictive. Although this is not the time nor place to think about taking another bite. And you start whirling up your yo-yo, and it kind of pops out to the sides and becomes more of a ball than just a disc. And then all these little spikes start coming out all over the place, and it starts whirling and spinning until Christine gets close. You jump over and just slam the yo-yo in on the hood, and it the whole hood bends in, and the radiator starts to pop out. And I think it kind of starts swerving side to side, and it slams you back onto your car.
Okay.
And how much damage do you do?
3. And it's
Okay.
magic.
Yeah, and it counts like as its weakness or something like that. I don't remember. It's fucking enough. It's actually been enough maybe a turn or two ago, but it's nice to have everybody do a fucking turn because holy shit, you guys are rolling well. And at that point, Christine starts to shoot fire out of the back and peels away from you guys. And no matter how fast you go, Christine is going faster. And you guys are now approaching Steel City. You're now approaching the other town. And Christine veers into the town. And you lose sight of it a bit, but it's leaking oil all over the place, and you can follow the trail of oil.
Didn't the boss say something about this place?
Yeah, but we're not gonna gamble.
Fair enough.
You guys would like to
What do you
pursue?
guys think?
Let's do it.
I'm gonna stand back up in the back seat and sort of like reload the 3 that I fired. Fucking ghost car!
That's all I need to know.
All right, you guys are chasing it?
I
We
think
can-
so, yeah.
Sounds like it.
We
Yeah.
continue.
Yeah, it sounds
pursuit,
like
yeah.
it.
Yeah. Okay. You guys proceed into Steel City, which is one of the manufacturing cities. So everything here is built very well, built mostly out of steel. And you follow the oil to a big abandoned warehouse where the front door is crushed in, and the oil leads in there, and it's pitch black inside.
I do not care for this situation.
Yeah.
So what's the building again? I'm sorry.
It's just a big abandoned warehouse. Like, you imagine there's one big room in there that you just can't quite see into.
Duncan will at least step forward first and kind of like at least get close to the entrance, hoping everybody else is gonna hope and follow behind.
Yo, does anybody get a flashlight?
Do we have a flashlight?
Yeah, sure.
I got some makeshift.
Yeah,
I'll pop off like 4 shots from my space Glock to just so the muzzle flash will give us like a little bit of a
Yeah.
strobe light situation.
I
only
like to
thing-
think of 3 shots. So the first shot, you see Christine in there, banged up, all the lights off. And the second shot, Christine seems to be doing a wheelie. It's up on its back wheels. And the headlights turn on. And the third shot, Christine seems to be splitting into pieces. And there's no time for a 4th shot. Because out of the roof of the warehouse pops an enormous robotic T-Rex head.
Oh.
As it rips through the entire roof and starts taking steps forward. And wow, that music is loud. And
Perfect.
this giant fucking beastbot transformer starts making its way towards you, breathing fire, ripping down power lines, and punching its and kicking its way through the shambles of a warehouse.
I don't think Slag is quick, but I'm already starting to like fat lady jog back to the car.
Duncan is just dumbfounded. He's just like, ugh.
And then it looks down at you, and these big, hollow, digital display eyeballs light up. And from left to right, each eyeball shows 2 symbols: L3, X1.
No.
And Lexibot is
Fucked.
would like to eat your faces off.
Where did you find this thing, Shades?
You wouldn't believe it if I told you.
Why don't don't give a shit. Get in the car.
Right, reversing, got it.
All right,
Get
you
in the
guys would
car.
like to get in the car?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I've been in the car.
Duncan
Okay.
is definitely walking away from this.
All right, you guys.
Standing back in the back seat, hooked back into my strap.
Seatbelts.
And yes, exactly, because I think at
Seatbelts,
this
everyone.
point, we are doing a full-on Jurassic Park as a giant T-Rex is now chasing your vehicle. We're back in turn order. And Slag, it is your turn. Absolutely. All right, roll to kick some ass. Okay, yeah, that's good. Okay, and the yo-yo's still pretty good.
I'm gonna use that help one to make it a 10.
Oh, fuck yes.
Nice.
So now you get to deal one extra harm, take one less harm back, or give +1 to another hunter.
Is that my choice?
Yeah.
I'll give +1 to somebody else.
Okay. So you just unload these 3 grenades. Where are you trying to shoot it?
You said it's like breathing fire and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna, whatever mechanisms are fueling that, if I see hoses that lead to tanks,
Yeah.
any of that sort of situation, I'm gonna start lighting that up.
Okay.
And
Yep.
the damage is area, so this is not precision. We're carpet bomb.
Yep. Okay. Sure. Absolutely. With a perfect success, you absolutely see like a tube, 2 tubes coming out of the mouth that are like fuel lines that are ignited from the spark in the middle of the mouth, and you unload a couple shots, just kind of spraying at the tank of fuel, and it explodes with this giant ignition of the fuel that was inside that this thing was using for its fire breath. And how much damage? 4 fucking damage or something?
Yeah, 4.
Yeah, good lord.
Damn.
Absolutely. And I will say that as you do that, it kind of it's closing the distance, and you blow up. It's kind of like by one of its legs, so it kind of hops to the side as it loses its balance as that rockets explodes from the side, and then it just fucking in a couple quick bounds closes the distance, and it gives you a bite for 2 harm.
Okay, and I will. There goes my armor.
Yeah. And next is Shades.
I'm going to perform evasive maneuvers because this thing's catching up with us. I'm going to try
Yes.
to keep speed or go faster, but I know it's catching up, so I'm going to try to be as evasive as possible.
Yep. Let's do protect
Dinosaurs
someone.
that got a bad turn radius.
Yeah, let's do
I
protect
can
someone.
make this beauty dance.
Yep, fucking do it. Roll. Well, I don't know. It's plus tough to protect someone, but I almost think this is more like a plus cool to try to navigate. You're not like trying to take a hit.
So act under pressure.
Yeah, sure. Let's do act under pressure.
Oh yeah.
Holy fuck. Yep. No problem. I will say that for the next exchange of damage, there won't be an exchange to a hunter. You will be evading it too well. Valk, you're up.
I'd like to. Well, can I get close enough to shoot it with my hand cannon again?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's closing in.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And I took damage, so I get this ability that gives me another +1.
Holy fuck. Yep.
+4.
Holy fuck.
I got it there.
Wow.
All right, where are you shooting it?
Where did the last hit go again?
Last one was on the gas tank, on one of the gas tanks that blew it up. There's another gas tank on the other side.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So if there's, is it Are there any spots that are like showing weakness that are about to crack, kind of thing?
No, the other gas tank is definitely vulnerable, and with a roll that good, I would say you could definitely hit it.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's good.
I think it's like
I
What's
got
up?
a yo-yo.
Oh yeah, rolled a yo-yo too. Yep, definitely
Okay,
still
that's
yo-yoing, managing some tricks. And you shoot the other gas tank and it explodes. I think the Lexibot was actually rearing up to try to breathe fire on you guys because you're managing to get away. And you see it winding up a fire breath. You see the only other source of fuel, and you shoot the other tank and it explodes and the fire just dies in Lexibot's mouth. And so it leans down to try to bite you, but Shades just fucking peels to the side and Lexibot just gets a big old mouthful of dirt.
Wow, so it doesn't even do harm back? Yeah.
Nope.
that's
Yep.
awesome.
That was Shades' action, is that you did not have to take
That's
harm
right,
back.
that's action.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, Duncan, it's your go.
So could Duncan's yo-yo reach the legs of the?
Yes, it could. Absolutely.
All right. So Duncan's definitely gonna roll up for another throw, and he's gonna try to knock directly into like the kneecap of what.
Yep. Absolutely. Roll it. Roll plus. Roll to kick some ass. Damn, full fucking success, you guys. That also counts as the fucking yo-yo roll too, because your yo-yo is your weapon. So I think you just start fucking doing around the world and like this big old fucking alley-oop. And as Lexibot starts to get close, it kind of rears back for a big old bite. And that's when you see the kneecap exposed. And you just fucking blast that thing. Big old sweep out with around the world. Just smacks the kneecap hard. Did you want to wrap the kneecap or just hit it hard?
I was just trying to like crack him right in the leg.
Yep, absolutely. So I will say with that, it absolutely just snaps the fucking kneecap, no problem. And I think Lexibot actually takes a tumble straight onto the ground. And at this point, Lexibot is looking pretty rough. You guys did some pretty nasty damage to it. And it starts squirming and sprawling and freaking out all over the ground. And you guys are still in Steel City. And you see Lexibot. Sorry, I'm dealing with a bunch of. You see Lexibot smashing into other parked cars, other vending machines, just smashing into all these other things on the ground. And it's all getting caught up on the talons and the tail and the mouth, and everything's all getting caught up. And then it starts to slow down. And what happens next is Lexibot starts to get back up. And when it gets back up, you notice all those cars and vehicles and all the shit that it was smashing into. They're not staying as they were. They actually start to kind of melt and shift and change until Lexibot stops moving in that squirming fashion and looks back at you. And you notice what you're looking at now is something more like Voltron. You're looking at something more like a Gundam mixed with Optimus Prime. And it turns, and its eyes glow red. And the chest illuminates with these LED lights. And you see M1L-T0N.
Oh, God.
And the whole body lights
no.
up, and you hear,
The broadcaster has arrived.
What?
Well, it's been fun, guys.
Oh, such party poopers!
and this time you see it hold out a big shard of metal in its right hand. And the metal extends up and down into a large bladed pike.
first.
Duncan would just kind of go, oh, and slowly raise his hand.
You stand no chance.
And Milton Bot rushes forwards with its pike, and it just skewers you completely. The pike enters Duncan's chest and comes out through the top of his head, and all of the gore that was inside of Duncan just explodes all over the rest of you.
Oh God!
Oh no!
And who is next?
And then you hear something kind of weird. You hear this kind of staticky radio sound, and it says,
A T-Pike? Milton's T-Pike? Milton Thermal Pike?
and then
Hell?
the voice comes back, and it says,
The broadcaster entering annihilation mode.
and it sweeps the pike across all of you, and you all take 2 harm. And Duncan, if you would like to spend one of your luck points,
Oh yeah.
you guys see Duncan get up. There's a
What the hell?
gaping hole in his chest, pouring blood and gore, and the top of his head isn't there anymore. But he's up, and he's sentient, and he's ready.
Holy shit, Dunk.
Duncan just looks at the hole, kind of feels his head, and just, oh.
I see. I shall have to try hard.
And the Milton bot charges again and puts a hand on top of Duncan's head and just crushes him into the ground. And you hear all the bones crack, and you see blood and gore spew out from the sides. And Duncan lies motionless. Duncan, if you would like to spend another luck point.
Sure thing.
And you guys watch Duncan, bones seemingly reforming, cracking back into place, and Duncan just gets up again. And then you hear those radio sounds again. And it sounds like
1 0 1 1 0 0 1 0 1 1 0 1 1 0 1 1 0 1 0 0 1 1.
And then you hear that radio come on again. And it says
1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1.
and the whole bot seems to shudder for a second, and it stops being able to move properly.
No, please stop putting the ones into my radio frequency.
What did he say?
So you like to play Castlevania?
Everyone, if you got a hat, Jack?
E colon. E. D colon. Titanic. E colon.
Oh my God.
And it starts to it winds up to skewer you guys with the pike again, but this time it kind of seizes up, and it was going to stab Shades in the head, but it kind of freezes up, and you guys see it just kind of locked there. What would you like to do?
Jeez.
1 1 1 1 1 1. Starts screaming at the top of his lungs.
Yeah.
Does not compute. Does not compute. Does not. Please stop. No, cannot understand. does not compute.
I love this song. It's Titanic.
No, you need to stop. I cannot, does not compute. Does not compute.
I'm gonna bring the car around. 1, 1, 1, 1.
You need to stop. Does not compute.
And then I just floor it towards it.
And you just want to fucking run straight into it?
I'm trying to give the other party members an opportunity to unload into it as we pass by, yelling 1 and Titanic is our favorite.
Yep, absolutely, no problem. It is completely locked into place. You can get really close, easy shots, and it offers absolutely no resistance. So why don't we get everyone who wants to kick some ass to roll to kick some ass?
Awesome.
Damn.
Damn. Slag, you rolling?
Yeah.
There we go. Holy fuck. So yeah, I think Duncan's chosen spike-bladed meteor yo-yo just slams into Milton Bot's head, and you start to hear that radio chatter again.
Use mayo. Use mayo and broth. Fetch mayo. E. Titanic.
And that's when it kind of seizes like it's almost like it got hit with a taser, and it stands up straight, completely exposed, and the hand cannon and the grenade launcher fire true and just start blowing chunks of robot off this thing. And then it gathers itself and it sweeps its pike.
No, there can be no stopping the broadcaster.
And it hits you all for another 2 harm.
Oh god.
Ooh. I'm at 5.
Oh shit.
I'm not quite sure how my health works when I come back.
You get you're full and full armor and full everything when you come back.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Are there any openings? Is there any way to like climb it? Because I'm pretty close to fuck.
Is there any way to climb the robot?
Yeah, I'm just looking for like openings in sort of how it's built.
Yeah, absolutely. You can definitely climb on it. I think that's just a
Fuck
thing you
yes.
can do. You just do it. You just jump off the fucking car and you start climbing this fucking Gundam Voltron.
Yep. So I didn't get a chance to reload the grenade launcher, so I think it is empty because the 3 didn't reload, another 3. So I'm just gonna leave it in the car. I'm
Okay,
gonna
yep.
take the bandolier of all the remaining ammo that I have.
Yeah.
And just throw it around my neck and jump off and start climbing it.
Yep, no problem. Absolutely. No roll needed. That just happens. You just fucking do it. So why don't we jump into, I mean, let's just, you guys all had a round. So let's go back to Shades. What you doing?
Is there anyone left in the car?
I think the only one that jumped out of the car was Slag. I think the rest of you are in the car.
Okay.
I'd be
would
off
like
to the
to.
side of it.
Gotcha. I guess he just keeps saying 1, but I guess he's looking around as like, where the hell are we going to get mayo and broth? Because the radio just keeps repeating it. Do any of you still have that gross burgers that we got?
No passengers.
Comes on over the radio.
Oh God.
I have half my burger left with steak sauce and mayonnaise on it. I have
you
like
go.
it's like in my teeth in the wax paper like a knife as I'm climbing up this thing.
Nice.
Yes, Techsmith 314 has a Discord. Come join us for chat, going live, and just plain out fun.
God, I love Titanic. Oh, okay. And I'm just Oh, fuck. All right. Is there a warehouse? How are these warehouses like contained? Are they automated or like are they? Yeah.
They're
Like,
mostly
what district are we?
This is they're like mostly just like storage warehouses, so they're just kind of manual operation.
Gotcha.
Why are my hands so small? It's like someone hot glued Vienna sausages to a tennis ball.
Jesus
No.
Christ.
I can't take this anymore. You need to stop right now.
And it completely seizes up again. That it was whirling up for another big pike slash, but it just seizes up completely as you hear all this radio chatter coming on. And you want to go to one of the warehouses?
No, I'm gonna bring everyone in for another barrage and just keep saying the same things that the radio is saying and hoping that more of it just keeps it locked in.
Is this music Titanic?
And again, it's starting to completely freeze up, like it's not getting a chance to recover.
No, you need to be careful with that. I'm very delicate.
And it is completely frozen in place again. So everyone roll to kick some ass again.
Wow.
So I'm gonna use mine since I was climbing it.
Yeah.
I have the like hamburger that's got mayonnaise and steak sauce in it. I'll stick it into like one of the slots of the bandolier that have all my like leftover grenades in it.
Yeah.
And if I can get up to like its mouth, if it has one.
It's kind of like Optimus Prime, so it's got kind of more like a faceplate where the mouth was.
Any way I think I can get it in-ish.
Yeah, you can kind of like, there's that little bit of a gap between that plate and the underside, so yeah, you can kind of wedge it in there.
And if I can wedge it in there, I'm just gonna like stick my shotgun into the back of one of the grenades and just blow them all.
Yep. Was that all your guys kick some ass rolls?
I'm not kicking ass, I'm maintaining.
Didn't do
Yeah.
good.
All right, so I think
Duncan's a bit distracted by the grenade.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think the grenades go off and you kind of get blown back a little bit and you don't manage to do any damage.
Do I still have that +1 to give to another hunter from earlier?
Yes.
Give it to myself to make that a 10.
Perfect. And actually, Duncan, roll again for your yo-yo roll. Yep.
Nice.
There you go.
Doing a cat's cradle over in the corner.
And so I think the first one was your attack, and then you try to save it with a yo-yo trick, but the trick is so fucking cool, that becomes your kick some ass roll. And all of you, every single one of you now have a perfect success. So I think at this point, Milton Bot is sitting there.
I love broth on my noodles. Soup is the best food in the world. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? How dare you?
And the whole bot starts to power down as you guys fucking unload with this just combined fire of grenades blowing up the top of the head. This fucking chosen holy yo-yo just smashing piece after piece, like this big around the world, just smashing chunks off the fucking bot. This hand cannon just firing again and again and again, taking off more and more pieces until the core is exposed. And then I like to think that Shades, your kick some ass is literally just driving the XV straight into the exposed middle of the Milton bot, which just blows up and destroys the entire top of the bot. And it powers down and is completely dead.
We did it! I love my job!
I feel like Slag after a second would just fall from the top and hit the ground.
Awesome. And the monster of the town that you guys were in is defeated.
Yay!
And I think at this point, I need to turn up the music. It's too quiet.
Duncan would definitely be leaning against the car, taking another bite out of his Pop-Tart sized drugs.
Yeah.
Bath salts.
This stuff is
Bath salts
great.
apple.
Bath salts
Yos.
apple. Yeah.
Yos, can I get a bit of that? I'm bleeding out here, Chief.
Do you give some to Slag?
Sure, why not? I'd hand him an extra bag.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing. It's like cinnamon, cumin, smoky, savory, but would also work in a dessert dish kind of spice. Tastes just fucking amazing. Tastes just, this is all food should taste like this. You're upset that more food doesn't taste like how good this tastes. Anybody else want to take a bite?
I'd pass.
Yo, pass it over.
Duncan would go ahead and throw another bag to back.
Hey, thanks.
All right, you take a bite, and it's so fucking good. This would go good on every single food in the entire world. And you want some more? You definitely want some more.
Do we recover harm from eating it?
No, you just feel really good.
That's totally worth it.
Good enough.
Yeah, just tastes so fucking good.
This is a bad idea, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die, so it's okay.
Go on strong, right?
And where would you guys like to head?
Hospital, please.
Yeah.
We go to the next town we're supposed to go to, because we're good with
I will-
Yo-Yo Boy.
I will point my empty grenade launcher at you. Hospital, please.
I hear Quentin's hospital is pretty good.
Oh, you're such a tease, Slag. That's why I like you. All right, hospital it is.
All right, you guys are heading to the hospital, and I think that's kind of where we wrap up. Is you guys driving off into the distance across the desert towards Quentin, or are you gonna do the hospital here in Steel City? Right here in Steel City.
I'm all for riding off into the sunset. But I want the party's input.
Yep.
I'm good with that.
If I die, I will beat the shit out of you.
If you die, I don't have to worry about it.
All right. I think that's kind of how it is. It's like Slag arguing, like laying prostrate in the back, across the back seats, arguing about the fact that she's gonna die. Duncan sitting on the back of the car, and Shades and Valk trying to convince Slag that she's not gonna die. And you guys are driving off on your beat up XV into the sunset, with the smoldering ruins of the Milton bot slowly falling to pieces in the distance. And that's the session.
Amazing.
That was awesome.
Well done.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
that was
much.
great.
Good shit, man. Thanks, man. That was fun.
Thank you guys. I'm so glad we got to still do a fun session. Even on an off night, and the one shot was super fun. It was fucking great. So thank you guys. Thank you guys. And with that, I'm gonna say goodnight to chat.
Amazing. Thank you so much,
Good night,
guys.
chats.
Hi, chat.
Night,
Thanks.
darlings.
Thanks for the ones.